Spiritual awakening is a powerful moment in a person's life. It's when the heart suddenly wakes up and starts to search for true meaning, real peace, and a close connection with Allah. It's like seeing the world through new eyes, realizing that life is not just about money, fame, or pleasure. Instead, it becomes about something deeper, something eternal. But this awakening is not easy. In fact, most people struggle so much that they give up. Many start the journey but never reach the destination. Why? Because spiritual awakening changes everything inside you, your thoughts, your feelings, your desires, and even your relationships. It challenges your habits and forces you to face yourself honestly. It brings pain as well as joy, tests your patience, and often makes you feel very alone. In this video, we will explore the real reasons why many people fail to survive this spiritual change. We will talk about the challenges that come with it and how to overcome them with faith, patience, and trust in Allah. If you are on this journey or thinking about starting it, this video is for you. Because surviving spiritual awakening means reaching a higher level of peace and closeness to Allah that changes your life forever. Let's dive in and understand this amazing but difficult path. 1. The pain of letting go of the dunya. Letting go of worldly life is one of the hardest parts of a spiritual awakening. It is not just about avoiding sins or haram actions. It is about turning your heart away from the temporary and attaching it to the eternal. That is not easy. The dunya is attractive. It calls us with its pleasures, its beauty, and its promises. It makes us feel important, entertained, and satisfied for a short time. But the closer your soul gets to Allah, the more the dunya begins to feel empty. And that is where the pain begins. At first, you may wonder why nothing feels the same. You no longer enjoy the things you used to love. The laughter feels hollow. The fame feels fake. The success feels meaningless. You start asking deeper questions. Why am I here? What is the purpose of all this? Why do I still feel empty even when I have so much? This is the moment when your heart is being pulled towards something bigger, something the dunya can never offer. It is being called to the hereafter. And it is one of the most powerful yet painful moments in a believer's life. Many people feel trapped at this stage. They want to hold on to the dunya and still grow spiritually. But this doesn't work. The heart cannot love both fully. If your heart is full of the dunya, there's no room for Allah. If your heart is full of Allah, the dunya becomes small and meaningless. That is why the awakening hurts. You feel like something is being taken from you, but in reality, Allah is removing the things that block you from Him. It's like letting go of a rope that you've held for years, even though it's burning your hands. You don't want to let it go because it feels safe. It's what you've known your whole life. But that rope is not leading you to peace. It's leading you to distraction, to fear, and to anxiety. Letting it go feels scary, but only then can your hands become free to reach for the rope of Allah. Letting go of the dunya means learning to live with purpose. It means choosing salah over scrolling. It means choosing charity over greed. It means trusting Allah's plan over chasing what others chase. It doesn't mean you stop living your life. It means you stop being a slave to it. You work, you eat, you sleep. But your heart belongs to something higher. You do your duties in the world, but your eyes are always on the next one. The pain of this detachment is real. You may feel like no one understands you. You may see your friends enjoying the dunya and wonder if you're missing out. You may feel lonely, especially when the world celebrates things that your soul now rejects. But remember, this loneliness is not a punishment. It is a gift. It means Allah is calling you to a more meaningful life. It means He is setting you apart for something special. You're not being left out. You're being protected. The dunya is like a mirage. It looks like it will quench your thirst, but when you get closer, it disappears. It promises happiness but delivers stress. It promises freedom but gives you chains. That's why your heart is tired. That's why your soul is restless. It was never made to find peace here. It was made to find peace in remembering Allah. So if your heart is in pain because it's letting go of the dunya, take a deep breath. You are on the right path. That pain is a sign that your heart is healing. That pain is a sign that you are waking up. You are not losing anything. You are gaining everything. The dunya may be loud, but the heart that remembers Allah is louder. The world may pull you in, but the soul that seeks Jannah will always find its way back. Let your tears fall. Let your old self fade. Let your heart empty itself from the world, so that Allah can fill it with something far greater, His light, His peace, His nearness. 2. People start to leave you. When your heart begins to awaken and your soul starts its journey back to Allah, one of the hardest realities you may face is that people start to leave you. Friends who were once close begin to distance themselves. Family members may no longer understand you. People you used to laugh with, talk to, and spend time with suddenly feel like strangers. And the most painful part? You didn't push them away. You simply changed. You began to walk a different path, a path they were not ready for, a path that made them uncomfortable. This experience can feel like betrayal. It can feel like rejection. You may ask yourself, what did I do wrong? But the truth is, you didn't do anything wrong. You just started to live a life with deeper meaning, and when you walk toward light, not everyone will follow. Some will turn back. Some will watch from far away. Some will walk with you for a short time, then leave. It's part of the journey. Spiritual awakening changes your energy. It changes your thoughts, your goals, your speech, and your heart. And because of that, your presence begins to affect others. Some people will be inspired by your growth, but others will feel exposed. Your light will make their darkness uncomfortable. Your peace will make their chaos feel louder. Your silence will make their noise harder to ignore. And that's when the distance begins. You may notice that conversations feel empty. Gatherings feel tiring. Jokes that once made you laugh now feel pointless. You begin to crave meaning. You begin to love silence. You begin to search for hearts that remember Allah. But such hearts are rare. And so, you begin to walk alone. This loneliness is not a punishment. It is a protection. Allah is removing people who are not part of your next chapter. He is cleaning your path. Not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you. Some people are only written in the early pages of your book. They were there to teach you, to test you, or even to hurt you so that you could grow. But they are not meant to stay. This hurts deeply, especially when you love people sincerely, when you wish they could grow with you, when you hope they will understand your changes. But not everyone is ready. Some are not willing. Some do not see what you see. So Allah separates you, not to make you feel abandoned, but to make you stronger, more focused, and closer to Him. So when people start to leave you, do not chase them. Do not beg them to stay. Trust that Allah is doing what is best for your soul. He knows the hearts of people. He sees what you cannot see. And if He is removing someone from your life, it is because they are no longer good for your journey. Instead of feeling broken, feel blessed. Because now, your circle is becoming pure. Your heart is becoming lighter. Your soul is becoming free. You are learning to rely on Allah alone. You are learning that peace does not come from people. It comes from your connection with your Creator. Be patient. The loneliness will not last forever. Allah will send you the right people at the right time. He will send you those who remind you of Him, who pray with you, who love you for His sake, who see your light and help you shine brighter. But before He sends them, He wants to see if you are willing to walk alone with Him first. Let this be your reminder. Being left behind by people is not failure. It is a hidden mercy. It is your soul growing wings. It is you learning to fly toward Allah without needing anyone to carry you. 3. You start facing yourself. One of the most challenging parts of spiritual awakening is when you begin to face yourself. Not just the surface, the person you show to the world, but the real you, deep inside. The flaws, the fears, the mistakes, the hidden desires that you have been avoiding for years suddenly come into your heart's light. This can be a painful moment, but it is also a powerful one, because true growth cannot happen without truth. Before awakening, many of us live distracted. We keep busy with work, friends, social media, and entertainment. We fill our time so that we don't have to look inside. We don't want to see the anger, the jealousy, or the sadness that hides in our hearts. We don't want to admit how often we have hurt others or even ourselves. We protect ourselves by pretending everything is fine. But spiritual awakening removes those protections. When you start facing yourself, you may feel overwhelmed. You see your mistakes clearly. You feel the weight of past sins. You remember moments when you spoke harshly, when you judged others, when you gave in to selfish desires. The heart feels heavy, and sometimes the mind feels lost. You might ask, how can I be this person? How can I ever change? How can I be forgiven? This is the moment where many people give up. They become afraid of their own reflection. They feel trapped by guilt and shame. But the truth is, this facing is the beginning of freedom. It is the moment Allah is calling you to come closer. When you see your faults, you can ask for forgiveness sincerely. When you recognize your weaknesses, you can ask Allah to strengthen you. When you understand your darkness, you can seek the light. As you face yourself, you start to understand the power of self-awareness. You see how your thoughts influence your actions. You realize that your feelings are signals, telling you what needs healing. You learn that true strength is not hiding your flaws, but accepting them and working to improve. You become your own helper, your own guide, because you no longer run away from who you are. This journey inward can also bring peace. When you stop denying yourself and start accepting yourself, you reduce the inner conflict. You no longer fight between who you want to be and who you really are. Instead, you embrace the process of becoming better. This honesty with yourself builds patience and resilience. It teaches you to forgive yourself as Allah forgives you. Sometimes facing yourself means confronting difficult memories and feelings. It means facing grief, fear, anger, or loneliness. But through these challenges, your heart grows stronger. You learn to lean on Allah during the hardest moments. You learn to ask Him for help when you feel weak. And in that reliance, your soul finds peace. No spiritual awakening is complete without this step. It is like cleaning a room before welcoming a guest. You remove the dust and clutter so the light can enter. Similarly, you remove your inner obstacles so Allah's light can shine within you. This is the beginning of real transformation. Remember, you are not alone in this. The prophets and righteous servants also faced their struggles, their mistakes, and their weaknesses. But they did not give up. They turned to Allah and asked for mercy. And so can you. Every day is a new chance to face yourself and come closer to Allah. So, when the mirror of your heart shows you what you didn't want to see, do not run away. Stand firm, look carefully, and know that this is a step toward healing, peace, and spiritual growth. Allah's mercy is waiting to embrace you. Your soul is ready to be free. 4. Shaytan attacks you more. When your heart begins to wake up and you start growing closer to Allah, one thing becomes very clear. Shaytan will attack you more fiercely than before. The spiritual journey is not easy. The closer you get to the truth, the harder Shaytan works to pull you away. He knows that if he can stop you now, you will never reach the peace and light that Allah wants for you. Before awakening, Shaytan's whispers might have been quiet and easy to ignore. You might have been busy with the distractions of life and didn't pay much attention to his tricks. But once you start to open your heart and your soul becomes sensitive to good and evil, Shaytan becomes your biggest enemy. His attacks increase because your spiritual progress threatens him. These attacks come in many forms. Sometimes Shaytan tries to fill your heart with doubt. He makes you question your faith, your intentions, and even Allah's mercy. You might hear thoughts like, "Are you really forgiven?" Or is Allah really pleased with you? These doubts create confusion and pain. They make you feel small and unworthy. Other times, Shaytan attacks through distractions. When you try to pray or remember Allah, he brings sudden urges to do something else. Watch TV, scroll social media, sleep, or argue. These distractions make it harder for you to stay focused on your spiritual goals. Shaytan wants you to forget why you started this journey in the first place. Shaytan also uses your weaknesses against you. If you have anger, he will make you angry at the wrong times. If you feel lonely, he will fill your mind with sadness and hopelessness. If you have fear, he will increase it until you feel paralyzed. He knows your heart better than anyone, and he uses that knowledge to create the strongest attacks possible. But remember, Shaytan is not all-powerful. Allah has given you tools to fight back. The Quran and the Sunnah are like shields that protect your heart. When you feel Shaytan's whispers, respond with the words of Allah. Recite the Quran. Remember Allah's names. Make dua for protection. When Shaytan sees that you are strong in faith, he will retreat, at least for a while. Many people lose their spiritual growth because they underestimate Shaytan. They think once they have started the journey, Shaytan will leave them alone. But Shaytan's attacks become stronger when he realizes you are moving toward Allah. He tries harder to confuse you, distract you, and make you give up. The key to surviving these attacks is awareness and persistence. Understand that Shaytan's attacks are a test of your faith. They are not a sign that you are weak or failing. It is also important to guard your heart by avoiding things that invite Shaytan's whispers. Lower your gaze. Avoid bad company. Stay away from sin. Fill your heart with good deeds. When your heart is full of light, Shaytan cannot easily enter. But when it is dark and empty, he finds an easy place to stay. Another powerful weapon against Shaytan is remembering death and the hereafter. When you focus on your ultimate return to Allah, Shaytan's lies become less convincing. You begin to see the bigger picture. You understand that temporary pleasures are worthless compared to eternal success. This knowledge makes you stronger. During these attacks, do not lose hope. Do not become frustrated. Instead, turn to Allah with humility and trust. Ask Him to protect your heart. Ask Him to strengthen your faith. Ask Him to guide you through the darkness. Allah's mercy is greater than Shaytan's power. No matter how hard Shaytan tries, he cannot take away the love and mercy Allah has for you. Remember, spiritual awakening is a battle, but it is a battle worth fighting. Every step you take toward Allah is a victory. Every time you resist Shaytan's whispers, your heart grows stronger. Every prayer, every act of worship, every good intention pushes Shaytan further away. So be ready. Expect Shaytan's attacks, but do not be afraid. With Allah's help, you will survive. With patience, prayer, and faith, you will win. Shaytan may knock on your door many times, but he will never break your heart if you hold on tight to Allah. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey with Deen Xplorers. Remember, spiritual awakening is not easy, but with patience, faith, and trust in Allah, you can overcome every challenge. If this video helped you, please like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. May Allah guide us all on the right path and bless us with peace in our hearts.